An American earning $100,000 a year is still living paycheck to paycheck. How is that even mathematically possible? For decades, the six-figure salary represented the finish line of the American dream. Hitting that number used to guarantee a large home, stable savings, and an end to financial stress. But today, roughly 70% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. For the vast majority of the country, the financial buffer has disappeared. This squeeze has climbed the income ladder. It is quietly trapping high-earning tech workers, mid-level managers, and white-collar professionals. To understand exactly where the money goes, we are going to track a single gross income of $100,000 on this ledger and subtract the real-world costs one vital choice, and analyzing the modern American economy as a mathematical trap. Watch the ledger. Right out of the gate, federal, state, and payroll taxes take their cut. Before our high earner even sees a direct deposit, roughly 30% is gone, leaving $70,000. Next comes shelter. Historically, housing took about a quarter of a worker's income. Today, massive inflation in the rental market means an exorbitant monthly payment often secures nothing more than an average apartment. Add in the compounding drain on basic survival items. A trip to the grocery store or a monthly utility bill costs significantly more now than it did a decade ago, bleeding cash simply to keep the lights on. Let's apply those modern survival costs to our chart. Subtracting annualized rent, inflated groceries, and utilities plummets our remaining total to roughly $30,000. Keep in mind, this person hasn't taken a single vacation. They haven't bought a luxury item or eaten at an expensive restaurant. Basic taxation and modern survival alone have stripped away the vast majority of their wealth, leaving a precarious financial position before they make a single discretionary lifestyle choice. Securing a six-figure job usually requires an expensive toll. For most, that starts with a 4-year university degree. We call this systemic debt. To acquire a high income, many are practically mandated to carry a massive student loan balance just to enter the hiring pool. Back to the ledger, we deduct the weight of annualized student loan minimum payments. That chops off another $10,000, leaving us with $20,000 for the year. Then there is the physical cost of accessing that corporate job. You need a reliable vehicle, which brings an auto loan, comprehensive insurance, and weekly gas. Subtracting those commuting costs drops our running tally by another $8,000. Our high earner now has a thin $12,000 left for the entire year. The modern workforce forces individuals to finance their own employment prerequisites. The high salary acts as a mechanism for servicing that systemic debt. Now we add social pressure. A six-figure earner feels an intense expectation to project a successful aesthetic to their colleagues. They buy the right clothes and lease the right car to match the title. This triggers lifestyle creep, where discretionary expenses often rise to consume any increase in income. To bridge the gap between their shrinking cash pool and an expensive lifestyle, high earners frequently rely on plastic. Missing full balance payoffs exposes them to credit card interest rates, locking the earner into a cycle of minimum payments that bleeds out their final reserves. We subtract the cost of that debt interest and those minor lifestyle upgrades, and our forensic ledger hits exactly zero. Lifestyle creep creates a cycle where discretionary spending can scale alongside a raise, effectively neutralizing the benefits of a higher income. The resulting state of the modern professional is deceptive. They post aesthetic photos from a great zip code, but their actual bank accounts often contain little liquidity or emergency savings. A $100,000 income today acts more like the baseline cost for treading water than a ticket to financial freedom. Systemic forces like rent and inflation crush these earners from the bottom, while psychological forces like lifestyle creep crush them from the top. Escaping this trap requires redefining success, rejecting the pressure to look wealthy and choosing stealth wealth, prioritizing invisible assets over visible liabilities. A high salary does not make you rich. Quietly keeping the money is the only true form of wealth.